Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Hakuna La Planta. My name is Kevin and today I'm going to show you my entire philodendron collection. So like my Syngonium, my Anthurium, and my Monstera collection videos, I'm basically just going to talk about each plant one by one, a little bit about it, and yeah, there's no real direction, so get ready for another chaotic video. So I'm going to split this video into two parts. So this is part one, just because I think I have 22 or 23 philodendrons, and yeah, I thought it would be too much to show you 22 and talk about them. So we're gonna do about 10 or 11 today, and then I'll be posting a part two, I guess, in a few days. So yeah, I hope you're excited. Before I start this video, if you like these kind of videos and you like my content, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. And also follow me on Instagram if you like plant pictures. I post pictures every single day. Okay, so the first philodendron is the Philodendron Florida Ghost. So I first got my Florida Ghost, I think it was 1.5 years ago. I actually bought a couple, I think around the same time. And you can see in this picture here, I think I got my first like ghost leaf because previous to that, it was all green leaves. And this plant was one of my favorites for so long. So I guess I'll show you what she looks like. So this is the Florida Ghost here. So a variety of leaves. You have, it's starting, everyone. Okay, so a variety of colors. You know, you got your beautiful mint leaves here. You got some green ones down here, and of course the ghosty cream / white. Oh my god. So this plant I chose out of the ones that I have to stay in my collection. So she's in LECA right now. She's happy. I'm trying to get more green on her, but as you can see, it's not really working because all the leaves are pretty cream or minty. I kind of made the decision to sell a few of my plants. So I have 3 behind me that are in soil. Here's one. I could already tell by the weight of the pot that she needs to be watered. But same kind of situation. This leaf is gorgeous. Look at her. Let's take her in quickly. Wow. Okay, and then my other 2 here, they are in these square pots of soil. Oh my gosh, this one's really pretty. I can't get over it. Look at these minty leaves. And like, they're just to die for. Crazy, crazy, crazy. This one, oh my gosh, this one has a little bit of a story. So this plant, I was experimenting with pon, as you guys know, and I've mentioned this before. I put this Philodendron Florida Ghost in pon, and I thought it was doing okay. And then I decided to check up on it, I think a month or 2 later, and the entire root system rotted away. There was probably there's like a single healthy root that I kind of like, you know, there was a glimmer of hope there. But I put her into soil. She's been happy ever since. I've been having issues with philodendrons in pon. And yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe they just don't like it. If you guys have any experience with philodendrons in pon and success, please let me know if like what I'm doing wrong, because I follow all the instructions and my other plants are happy, like my Syngoniums, my Anthuriums, and my, what's the other one? My Hoyas. They're all happy in pon. Maybe this one just didn't like it. So yeah, this one's probably gonna have to be my favorite. Like, look at her. She's a little cutie. And the Florida Ghost specifically, it really tells you with the coloring of the leaves if you're giving it too little light, or on the other side of the spectrum, too much light. If you give this plant too little light, the leaves are just green, and it kind of looks like a Florida. So I'm sure y'all can see this Florida. Can I show you a leaf? Yeah, so for example, when I first got my first Florida Ghost, the leaves were like this, and I was like, did I get tricked? And yeah, if you give it a lot of light, so for example, this one, for quite a while, it was under a grow light, and it gave me a whole bunch of cream leaves. The newest one even is really cream, even though I moved it away from a grow light. So maybe the leaves after that will be a little more minty, a little more green. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites. The first plant is the Philodendron Florida Ghost. Okay, so for the next 3 plants, I'm going to show you 3 of my terrestrial philodendrons. I guess we'll start off with the plow. So the second plant that I'll show you is the Philodendron Plowmanii. Oh my gosh, this plant, we had quite a journey. Let me show you a picture. I think this was like 10 or 11 months ago. Root system was trash, it was non-existent. I had to, you know, have it in water for a little bit. And you could see that the mother leaf was not okay. And I thought I was gonna lose it, but thankfully, there was a leaf coming out. Here's another picture, oh my gosh. But yeah, I think she's happy. She seems happy. Let me just grab her. Okay guys, this is my Philodendron Plowmanii. Oh my gosh, I can't take it. Okay, so she has a new leaf, everyone. This is her new leaf. There's some weird, I don't know if you could see the line. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I think the shape is a bit weird too. Like, look at her. Is she weird? So yeah, this is the newest leaf. Gorgeous. I love how, like, when they come out, they're a brighter green and they're really shiny. And like, for example, what is the leaf before that? Like, even the previous leaves, they're gorgeous. Like, look at her. Look at her. You can't see it. But yeah, you could see she is a monster. She's already made it to the end of the pot here. So let me just lift up this leaf. You could see, like said previously, they crawl on the ground and you could see that she's at the very end over here. So I bought more pots that are longer. They're maybe like up to here. It's not gonna solve my problem, but I'm just waiting for this leaf to harden off fully. But yeah, like, look at her, guys. I know she's a bit like weirdly shaped, but she's so cute. Wow, look at her. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the first terrestrial philodendron is the Philodendron Plowmanii. The third plant that I'll show you guys is the Philodendron Gloriosum. So, I don't know what to say. She's so beautiful. Same kind of situation. She's in the same self-watering pot and she's kind of overtaken the pot. She's hanging off for dear life. But I mean, she's living, she's throwing out a new leaf. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And yeah, here we are. So I know, I think I talked about this leaf specifically. Oh my gosh, look at her. In my Philodendron, no, it wasn't. What was it? I think it was my May favorites. I talked about this leaf. This was the newest leaf at the time. She, like I said, is hanging on here. And the new leaf, I'm gonna try not to touch her because she is brand new, everyone. But look at her. Oh my gosh. Again, the bright green is just doing it for me. And like, wow, okay. So for this one, I kind of, let me see. So the pots that I got, if I repot it, it'll probably only go up to here. So in like probably another month, it's gonna outgrow it again. So should I propagate her? Should I like, I don't know. I'm so scared. I've never propagated terrestrial plants, but I'm assuming it's quite similar to epiphytic plants or epiphytic philodendrons. It's just, I kind of want the big leaves, and like as the plant grows, as the plant's root system grows, the leaves will get bigger and they'll start to mature. So I don't know, what do you guys think? But yeah, again, such a beauty. She's quite far from my grow light, but then again, she is against my south facing window and she's just chilling. So the third plant is the Philodendron Gloriosum. Okay, so the third crawler and the fourth philodendron on this list is my Philodendron Pastazanum. If y'all watched my last video, I talked about her, I guess, more in depth, so I'll just quickly show her. If you missed that video of my top 5 plants for the month of June. Please go check it out. But yeah, here she is. Oh, this leaf. I cannot get over this leaf. Like, can we, like, wow. Again, it's pretty new, so it's extra shiny and beautiful heart shape. Again, I talked about in the video that the previous leaves don't look the most happy. That's because I was, you know, pulling back on the nutrients and just kind of using RapidStart and a 4 times diluted nutrient solution that I usually use for my hydroponic nutrients. But yeah, it worked because this leaf is just a stunner. So the 4th philodendron is my Philodendron Pastazanum. Okay, so the 5th philodendron is my Philodendron Brantiatum. This plant is so tall, I kind of need to lean her against the wall just because she's gonna tip over or something and I'm afraid that I'm just gonna kill it. But yeah, honestly, out of all my videos, it's a really old one, but I did a Philodendron Brantiatum care guide and I still get questions about like how I make my Brantiatum look so nice. I honestly think that as the plant matures and acclimates to your environment, more so matures, it doesn't need that much humidity. So for example, the leaves at the very top of the plant, they're just living their best life. I did miss, you know, a watering. I let the nutrient reservoir finish and there was, you know, some vines that weren't happy with me. But it's okay. I caught it in time, I think. Okay, can y'all see me? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're here. And gosh, how do I do this? Okay, so I'm gonna do that diagonal thing that I did last time. Oh my God, I'm gonna spale everything. Okay. Oh my gosh, there she is. This is the entire plant and I could barely fit her in the camera. So this is my Philodendron Brantiatum here. And again, she has 2 moss poles. Let's do a quick pan. So the bottom leaves kind of lost a lot of color because I ignored it that one time. There's this random, you know, branch, but still gorgeous leaves. Like, look at her. Beautiful leaves over here. And for example, I think at this point I would say I didn't spray her down at all. So, oh my gosh, how can I, okay, let me grab a chair, everyone. Put her on the chair. Ooh. Yeah, like, look at her. Beautiful. The leaf that I was talking about, and now I'm gonna have to put her on the floor. Okay, so this leaf over here, y'all can't see it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a leaf here. Future Kevin, zoom in. There's a leaf here, and it is ripped. This is when I didn't have any water in the reservoir, and it wasn't happy with me. It's funny how that one was the only one that was affected because, for example, the leaf over here, can we take her in? Oh my God, I'm gonna hide. Look at this leaf. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But yeah, let's get a little close up here. I love this plant so much. It was once a plant I hated so much, but I guess, yeah, the 5th plant is the Philodendron Brantiatum. Do y'all have any suggestions? Like, what do I do with her? I'm kind of just like tying the vines together so they offer each other support, but she's getting a little tall. So give me any suggestions that you have. Okay guys, so the 6th plant is, it doesn't look like it, but it is the Philodendron Paraso Verde. So I'll plug a picture here. This was, I think, around a year ago. You could see that classic mottled variegation in the leaves. And I still don't know how to get the variegation back. So I have a few specimens. They all came from that one plant. I just kept propagating like it was no one's business. So this is the first one here. So funny enough, this plant was originally just one stem, but I put some kiki paste on one of the nodes. Now it's a 2-stem plant. So the newest leaf on this one is this. Do you know what? This leaf is pretty. Like, it's shiny, it's pretty. Nothing to complain about, except it's not mottled or variegated or anything. This is another leaf over here, and there are new leaves popping out of the top. This one, I could already tell it's not variegated as per usual. People kept telling me that I need to give this more light. This is like maybe this much away from a grow light, so I'm still waiting. So these ones are starting to show a little bit of variegation. So this was actually a top cutting over here. You could see how sad it is. But she finally pushed out a new growth point, and she pushed out this leaf. So you could kind of see, not really, but you could kind of see a little bit of variegation. It's also a weird shaped leaf. Like I said, the first ones are always the most awkward. So again, under grow light, same kind of situation as that one. And the last one, so I didn't realize this leaf was like starting to look more modelly. And yeah, I'll just show it to you. So this one, this is the newest leaf. So we finally, although not the same like intensity as previous, but she is the closest. Let's get closer here. She's the closest to that classic Paraíso Verde variegation. So here we are. She put out a few leaves previously. So the one previous to that is all green. The one previous to that is all green. This one is all green, and this one is all green. So I am very happy with this. So yeah, again, this one's under a grow light. I'm starting to think it's a maturity factor. This, I'm mistaking the two cuttings. So this wasn't the top cutting. This is the top cutting. And you could kind of see in the girthiness of the stem here. And yeah, I don't know. Like, she is the first variegated leaf or modelly patterned leaf that I got. And I guess we'll see what the next leaf shows. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about this plant. Does anyone else have experiences with this plant? Because I want to know what everyone's doing. I want to know if they're pushing out green leaves like mine. I mean, I have like 3 specimens here and they all have green leaves, except for this one over here. So please let me know. Okay, so the 6th plant is the Philodendron Paraso Verde. Okay, so the next philodendron is a plant that I don't really showcase. She's a little baby. She was one of my first philodendrons, but I think I'm just traumatized because the mother plant was infested with Theripianias. And so the 7th plant is the Philodendron Subhastatum. Okay, so here she is. She's in soil. This is the Philodendron Subhastatum. And yeah, she has the red backs here. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so this plant actually started off as a wet stick. So I don't know if I have a picture, but if I do, here she is. She started off like this. And it's because the mother plant, this is when I had her in soil and I was new to plants. I wasn't giving it enough nutrients, enough water, enough light, so a lot of the older leaves kind of fell off, and all I was left with was this gigantic stem. So I basically cut that, propagated the mother now, and took that wet stick, put it into LECA, and it pushed out a leaf, and here we are now. Like, we are just living our best life. Because the stem was so long, I guess, I think I took an edge off and did the same thing again. So right here is another baby. Yeah, I mean, she kind of has the red still on the backs. And guys, this is an example of why I love to propagate my plants, because You never know. It could be pest related. It could be root rot related. So the 7th plant is the Philodendron Subhastatum. Okay, speaking of thrips, the next philodendron was attacked by thrips, and she was so pretty. I'll show some pictures, but the 8th plant is the Philodendron Violin. So this philodendron is very similar to the Florida Ghost in the sense that if you give it a lot of light, the leaves change color. In this case, it changes to a bright yellow. And so here's a picture of it when it was green. Look at those shiny green leaves. And here's a picture of it yellow, so pretty. And anyways, so this plant was infested with thrips. I think I have a clip here, maybe. Here it is. I know I showed this before, but I just want y'all to see what these things look like. So in case it happens to you, you could identify it. I treated her aggressively with insecticidal soap and neem oil, and in the end, the roots rotted away. I'm actually doing a propagation video about this plant, but here's a short clip of the roots. Look at the roots. They are not roots anymore, they're just mush. But yeah, I basically did the whole wet stick propagation process in a prop box in perlite, and she doesn't look great, but she had a few issues acclimating to room, you know, in my room environment. I kind of shocked it. Let's just say that, I shocked it. Okay, so here she is. She's in LECA right now, and yep, so I think one died right away, but I think I have 4 left. So the growth over here feels fine, and there are new leaves coming out. So again, she's kind of maintaining a little bit of a neon green / yellow color just because I have her under a grow light. I just don't know, I don't know how this is going to turn out. But I mean, cute little babies. She looked a lot better like 2 months ago when she was in the prop box. But I mean, this is the reality, and we're just gonna let it be. Anyways, so the 8th plant is the Philodendron Violin propagations. Okay, so the 9th one is one that I had issues with. This is the Philodendron Cream Splash. But yeah, I got this plant in December. She was a little cutie, but ever since I threw her into LECA, I don't know if that was the reason, but she kept putting out either, let me pull an example. Here, I'll show you my water propagations of this plant. So she would push out a lot of green and not a lot of green, and be normal sized. But then every time she put out a ton of cream, the leaves were like this wrinkly. Look at her. And there's another example here. Like, what's going on? I mean, I get it. The plant doesn't know what to do because it doesn't have any chlorophyll. But yeah, so I decided to chop her up. I guess while we're here, I'll show you the progress of the roots. So this is one cutting. She got some roots over here. Second one is a top cutting. I don't know how I'm gonna plant her, but this is the leaf. And then we got the top part with 2 nodes activated with roots. Then this little small one just started pushing out roots. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's one on each side, thank God. And the last one here is this leaf. I have 2 nodes here, and she's pushing out some roots. Another thing that I think was happening, this is the mother plant. She looks so sad. I think I was just blasting it with light. So she's against the window and under grow light. So the leaves look really bleached. So you could see very, very bleached, very bleached, very bleached. Dropping LECA again. Okay, so then I have these propagations that rooted okay. So here's 2 in there, and there's 1 over here. They're in 3-inch pots in soil. And yeah, I'm just experimenting. We'll see what happens. And yeah. Okay, so the 9th plant is the Philodendron Cream Splash. Okay, let's finally talk about this one. She's been in the background of a lot of my videos, and I'll tell you why. So this plant over here is my Philodendron Florida. There was a situation where I was changing the nutrient solution and I smelled something. It was like a rotten smell, and ultimately I kind of thought it was just Why did I say it was just? Ultimately, I thought it was root rot and I was devastated. I went to check the reservoir again and it didn't smell like anything. So I don't know what was happening. But anyhow, let me go grab her. Really exciting because she has a couple flower situations happening. So she's a giant. I don't know how to show her, guys. Okay, I guess we'll start from the bottom. So here are some gorgeous leaves. She started pushing out more mature ones when I put her on a pole. And yeah, there's some over there, some over here, and there are actually a couple of flowers. This is the first one. This one opened already. I missed it and it closed. Is that a normal thing with philodendron flowers? This is the first philodendron that's flowered. So again, let me know. I'm a noob when it comes to philodendron flowers. So here's one. There's a second one that didn't open yet up here. And then there's going to be a third one. Zoom in, future Kevin. There's one right here attached to this leaf over here. So I think I might just move her back in the place that she was. She was against the window. And I guess it was a false alarm because she's clearly still alive. She's not like dying. And yeah, I guess we'll see. Okay, so we made it to the last plant of part 1. So the last plant is the Philodendron mottled Fitzgeraldo. So yeah, this plant is not really seen a lot. Not a lot of people have it, just because I think it's just not popular, I guess. But she is kind of like the Philodendron Brandy, but this one is more of a shingler. So I'll just grab her now. Okay, so here she is. Oh my gosh. So I love this plant. Look at these leaves. They have this silvery pattern. And I know I'm not doing a good job with the shingling aspect, but yeah, I mean, gorgeous leaves. I'm kind of just tying them together like the Brandy. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's some plant tape over there, and she is just so gorgeous. So I originally had her on a moss pole, and the moss pole ended, and now I have this vine that's like waving at you guys. Hi! So yeah, I do want to put her on some sort of plank, but I don't want to disturb her at the same time, but I kind of have to. And like, do I propagate her? Should I, guys? I had a few issues with this plant in the beginning just because it was growing in a high humidity environment before I got it. And so, I mean, as time went on, you know, the leaves got bigger, as you can see at this point, and then she just kind of took off. Like, and I don't know what it was. Like, was it the roots? I don't think the roots are going into the They are, okay. I lied. But maybe because this situation happened. Okay, I'm making a mess. Let's get the paper towel again. Oh my God, it's everywhere. What did I do? Gorgeous plant. Does anyone else have this plant? If you're in Canada, I bought this plant from Understory Enterprises, and I think it was September 2020, I'm not sure. But that's where I bought her if y'all are looking for her and you live in Canada. So the last plant of part 1 of my philodendron collection is the Philodendron mottled Fitzgeraldo. Okay guys, I guess that's it. So who's ready for part 2? Are y'all ready for part 2? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So all the plants that I showed you guys today was supposed to be the part 2. I already filmed a part 1, but I watched the footage and I am not happy with it for a number of reasons, but I don't want to get into it. So I'm going to be shooting that video again, and I'm really dreading it. But yeah, I mean, in that video, I'll show you guys my beautiful MONOCHRYSUM. You'll see the Philodendron Glorious again. What else? Philodendron strawberry shake propagations, my gigantic BILLIETIE. So that video will probably be going out in the next few days on Monday. And yeah, do you guys have any opinions on the philodendrons I showed you in this list or video? List. Are there some that you just hate? Are there some that you love? Are any of these plants on your wish list? Just leave them in the comment section below. And if you have any suggestions about anything I asked today, please let me know. I would appreciate it a lot. And if you've made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.